What if I told you a player scored 60 points in an NBA game and sat out the entire fourth quarter? Now, imagine he did it in just 29 minutes, barely dribbled the ball, and left the entire arena and the basketball world speechless. This is the night Klay Thompson became a legend, and his performance on December 5th, 2016 is so surreal it still defies belief. Setting the stage, the Warriors' juggernaut. The 2016-17 Golden State Warriors were already the NBA's headline act. With Steph Curry dazzling, Kevin Durant newly arrived from Oklahoma City, Draymond Green anchoring the defense, and Klay Thompson, the silent assassin, lurking on the wing, they were a nightmare for any opponent. But on this December night at Oracle Arena, it was Klay's turn to steal the spotlight. The Indiana Pacers, led by Paul George, came into Oakland hoping to slow down the Warriors' high-octane offense. What they encountered instead was a basketball storm unlike anything they'd ever seen. For Klay, this wasn't just another game. It was the night he'd prove that sometimes the quietest players make the loudest statements. The first quarter, a hint of what's to come. From the opening tip, Thompson moved differently. There was a fluidity to his cuts, a precision to his footwork that even his teammates noticed. Less than 90 seconds into the game, he buried a three-pointer, giving the Warriors an early lead. Every movement was crisp, every shot pure. I could tell early he had that look, Draymond Green would later recall. Klay gets this focus where nothing else exists. By the end of the first quarter, Klay had already poured in 17 points. All 8 of his made field goals came off assists, a testament to the Warriors' unselfish basketball. The Pacers briefly led, but Thompson's jumper with just under 7 minutes left put Golden State ahead for good. The Warriors closed the quarter up 38-27, and the Oracle faithful sensed something brewing. The second quarter, the heat check. Klay started the second quarter on the bench, probably thinking about his first quarter rhythm. But when Steve Kerr sent him back in, something had shifted. Within seconds, he scored on a layup. Then came the barrage. Three-pointer, another, then another. In less than a minute, Thompson had pushed the Warriors' lead to 20. The Pacers called timeout. In the huddle, you could see the bewilderment on their faces. This wasn't the game plan. Paul George, their star, later admitted what everyone was thinking. We knew Steph and KD were going to get theirs. But Klay? He was destroying us. By halftime, Klay had 40 points, obliterating his previous career high for a half. The Warriors had 80 at the break.
Catch and shoot three. David West kept it alive. Klay Thompson, open look. Yes, sir. 24-1. Draymond just took it from Monte. Klay went to the three-point line and dropped in another one. And the bench is going nuts.
But in the locker room, something beautiful was happening. His teammates weren't celebrating their lead. They were marveling at their friend's artistry. The third quarter. History in the making. If the first half was remarkable, the third quarter was transcendent. Klay opened with back-to-back buckets, and now the entire building was on its feet for every possession. This wasn't just about points anymore. It was about witnessing something unprecedented. Steph Curry began hunting for Klay on every possession. Kevin Durant, one of the game's great scorers, was actively looking to pass. Draymond was setting screens with unusual urgency. The Warriors had collectively decided, tonight belongs to Klay. At the 4:45 mark, he hit a free throw for his 51st point, tying Russell Westbrook for the season high. The crowd's roar was deafening. Moments later, after grabbing his own offensive rebound, because of course he did, Klay drilled another corner three, 54 points, a new personal best, but he wasn't done. Another three-pointer sent shockwaves through Oracle Arena. Then, with 2:28 left in the third, Thompson caught a pass in the corner, elevated over his defender, and released his 8th three-pointer of the night. Swish, 60 points. Steve Kerr immediately pulled him from the game. As Klay walked to the bench, 19,000 people stood as one. He allowed himself a small smile, the closest thing to showboating you'll ever see from Klay Thompson, and took his seat. His night was over, but his legend had just begun.
Klay corner three, 60! 60 for Klay Thompson! Wilt Chamberlain, Rick Barry, Joe Fultz. Warriors with 60. And Klay Thompson joining the group.
The numbers, beyond statistics. Let's break down what happened because the numbers seem almost fictional. 60 points in 29 minutes. No player in the shot clock era had ever scored that many points in so little time. 21 for 33 from the field, 8 for 14 from three-point range, 10 for 11 from the free throw line. Just 11 dribbles the entire game, sat the entire fourth quarter while his team won 142-106. But statistics can't capture the emotion. They can't measure the joy on his teammates' faces, or the stunned silence of the Pacers bench, or the way 19,000 strangers became witnesses to history. The art behind the explosion. What made this performance transcendent wasn't just the scoring, it was how Klay achieved it. He moved relentlessly without the ball, a blur of motion that left defenders dizzy. His release was so quick that by the time opponents realized he had the ball, it was already arcing toward the rim. "People don't understand how hard it is to score 60 points without dribbling," said TNT analyst and former NBA star Charles Barkley. "That's not basketball, that's art." The Warriors recorded 25 assists in the first half alone. This wasn't hero ball. It was the perfect marriage of individual brilliance and team chemistry. As Klay later reflected, "I felt great, obviously. I was in a great rhythm. I took all good shots for the most part. It was fun, to say the least." Even in his moment of glory, Klay was measured, humble. Vintage Thompson. The human side, teammates and opponents, react after the game. The reactions revealed something beautiful about NBA culture. Paul George, despite being on the losing end, couldn't hide his admiration. That was special to watch. You don't see performances like that often in your career. In the Warriors' locker room, Steph Curry was giddy. "I've never seen anything like that, and I play with this guy every day." Kevin Durant, himself a prolific scorer, just shook his head in wonder. 60 points in 29 minutes? That's video game stuff. But perhaps the most touching reaction came from Warriors veteran Andre Iguodala. "Klay never asks for anything. He just plays the right way every night. To see him get rewarded like that? Man, that's what basketball is about." Legacy. The quiet superstar's loudest night. Klay Thompson has always been the understated member of Golden State's core. While Steph dazzles with impossible shots and Draymond commands attention with his intensity, Klay has been content to be the steady hand, the reliable weapon. But on December 5th, 2016, the quiet assassin had his coronation. He didn't just score 60 points. He redefined what elite scoring could look like. No dribbling exhibitions, no isolation plays, no trash talk. Just movement, timing, and an almost supernatural shooting touch. Years later, as debates rage about the greatest single-game performances in NBA history, Klay's 60-point masterpiece stands apart. It represents the evolution of basketball itself. Team first, efficiency-focused, but still capable of individual magic that takes your breath away. The night Oracle Arena will never forget. As the final buzzer sounded that night, something had changed in the basketball world. The Warriors improved to 18-3, but everyone knew the record was secondary. They had witnessed something that happens maybe once in a generation, a perfect storm of preparation, opportunity, and pure basketball joy. Klay Thompson didn't just make history on December 5th, 2016. He reminded us why we fall in love with sports in the first place. Because sometimes, on the most ordinary nights, extraordinary magic happens right before our eyes. The scorebook will forever read, Thompson, 60 points, 29 minutes. But those who were there, and those who watched from afar, know they witnessed something more profound. The night the quiet kid from the Bay Area became immortal. What did you think of Klay's historic night? Where does his 60-point performance rank among the greatest games you've ever seen? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into basketball's most unforgettable moments.